and welcome to another Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. And today, we're going back to the beginning with Prelude 2. Well, it's kind of a beginning. Prelude 2 is an expansion to Terraforming Mars. And what does Prelude do? Well, Prelude gives you kind of a starting position. You're either a corporation or organization, and it kind of gives you an asymmetrical and a unique starting position that kind of dictates or informs your strategy as you play Terraforming Mars. And so I really like Terraforming Mars, have most of the expansions. I'm not sure which ones I'm missing. I kind of got a lot of them, and really like playing it. But the problem with Terraforming Mars for me is it's the expansion creep. And so I kind of held off on getting this, and there's still a automaton or a AI or a automated solo bot, or so to speak, that I still need to pick up. But I'm really kind of running out of space. I put all my expansions in one box because I try to save shelf space, and by golly, I am really running out of room in here, folks. I don't know where that's going to go. So, yeah, expansion creep is something that, especially someone who is prone to completism like I am, every expansion you get, you want to get every expansion, and I try to keep it all together. And the problem with that is, number one, it finds it hard. It makes it harder to set up because everything's kind of shoved in one box or in multiple boxes. And then it's also, you have to part stuff out and figure out what do you want to play with. In Terraforming Mars can get very complicated that way, or if you have a lot of the expansions or most of the expansions like I do. And it makes you not want to play. I mean, it's kind of a deterrent, or that you do not, I don't want to have to break all that out and figure out how to play. And so with that, I started I kind of moved away from playing Terraforming Mars, and hence my late pickup of this expansion. And I started playing Terraforming Mars Ares expansion, which was a little bit more streamlined and simple and easy to get into. Both these games play solitaire. They play solitaire a little bit differently, but they do play solitaire. And so this was... So I started playing this. Well, guess what happened with this? Expansions. And so I have all the expansions for this in this box, and this is jam-packed full. I'm going to have to figure out how to put this in this box. But enough of all that. That's some of my talk on expansion creep, and I will probably talk more on expansion creep later. At a later date, I might just do a whole episode on that, because it's not limited to Terraforming Mars. Is not limited to Euro games or hobby games. It finds its way into war games and other avenues as well. So, what does Prelude get you? All that for just this little box here. You have some new rules here, but this is really talking about, some of the special things that go with these cards. And again, these are really kind of starting positions for Terraforming Mars. So that they're going to give you kind of a unique setup. And some of these Prelude 2, since this is the newest set of starting positions. There was a Prelude 1, of course, or a Prelude. They don't put a 1 on it, right? It's just Prelude. Now you have Prelude 2. This probably, I would imagine this interacts with several of the expansions that have come out for Terraforming Mars, so that, you can play off of them a little bit more. The problem with that, with some of the expansions for Terraforming Mars, if you play with all of them, you're going to dilute your deck. And you're not going to see some of the key cards you want to see that go with that particular expansion. And so it's a little bit harder to plan out your strategy. So got a pretty good sized deck here. They say how many cards come in here. 5 corporations, 25 Prelude cards, 24 project cards, and a rule sheet. There you go. So we've got some new corporations here, which is going to give you kind of a unique setup, and kind of give you a little bit of strategy of what you're going to be trying to head for in that with that starting position. Then you have these prelude cards, which are just your starting position. It's going to give you certain resources and certain things that you might want to exploit as you play the game. So there's quite a few of these here. Don't want to go through all of them, but there's your prelude cards. They're all in pink, and kind of gives you and all this adds to replayability. I mean, just there's so many different combinations that really allow you to spread your wings and figure out which direction you want to go. A lot of decisions here. And so we got some new cards here too that are probably going to augment or play off some of these new corporations and prelude cards. It's kind of cool. Now, Terraforming Mars is not that complicated of a game. However, there is quite a bit of iconography, and with all the variety of cards, it's kind of hard to make decisions sometimes because you're constantly, looking at the cards in your hand and trying to get more cards and trying to figure out which ones do you want to play, which ones do you want to, have in your tableau or just use for some abilities. And there's quite a bit of decision making going on with that. So anyway, that is what I have for you today. A little bit of my continuing talk on expansion creep. I probably need to do a full set on that. But that is Prelude 2, an expansion for Terraforming Mars. Love to know your thoughts on this. And as of the filming of this, I might post this. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but as the filming of this, I still haven't got the solo expansion that kind of gives you some new rules. You can play solo with the Terraforming Mars rules and the expansions, but they have a whole new solo expansion that's all it's geared on and gives you some some new mechanics to play solo with. Anyway, there you have it. That is what you get in the box of Terraforming Mars Prelude 2. Let me know your thoughts.
Thanks for watching.